Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking a little bit about Sparc, the new PSVR game that just came out. I had no idea what this game was going into it. I saw a post from PlayStation on Twitter, and that was pretty much it. I bought it on a whim, and I was very pleasantly surprised. The game is basically just dodgeball. It's kind of dodgeball combined with the disc game from Tron, and your goal being just to hit the other opponent, and you can do that by deflecting their ball. You can do it by throwing your own ball and bouncing it off walls or doing curve shots. You can just throw it wildly and hope that that works, which is what I ended up doing a whole lot. It's very fun. What makes this game work best, I think, is how good it feels. The move controllers. I just did a review on Superhot VR, and one of my complaints about that game, one of my few complaints, was the motion controls and how it didn't quite feel right. This developer was able to make the controls feel great. The move controllers, they feel almost one-to-one. I mean, when I'm throwing the ball, it goes almost exactly where I want it to go. So big ups on the developer for that. They made the move controllers actually feel good. There's a training mode that gives you kind of a brief overview of how to play the game. That's okay. There's not really a true offline mode though. There are target tests that you can do, which are actually surprisingly fun, and they do kind of let you get used to the game at first. I don't really see myself going back to that though, as the main draw of the game is the online multiplayer. But they're fun enough of a distraction, especially when you're first starting out, to kind of get used to how the game feels. And there's even leaderboards you can do to compete against other people, which is kind of fun. I was able to get 8th on the deflection game, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm sure by now I've already dropped to 2,000, but hey, I'm happy about it while it lasted. I do wish there was a one-on-one against the CPU though. I think that would have been good. I'm sure the developers didn't want to spend the time making AI, so that's the reason. It's not a big deal, but it's like, I would have liked to have practiced against that a little bit. Getting into the actual multiplayer though, there are 3 main game modes. There's a basic one, which is just, it's time-based. And then there's an advanced one where you can only punch the opponent's ball so many times before your shield breaks, and then you have to recharge it by actually throwing your ball. It's also score-based instead of time-based. And then there's an odd one that's just kind of shifts the geometry some way to make it a little bit different, feel a little weirder. I didn't spend too much time with the latter two. I spent pretty much all of my time with the first one, which is really where the game shines. Also, there's only about 40 to 45 people playing the game right now, which isn't bad, but there were 0 playing the advanced mode for the latter half of when I was playing, so I don't think that game mode's going to catch on too much. I'm hoping, though, that the fan base is able to stick around. I'm hoping that it's able to build through sales. I hope there's longevity with this game. There's a big problem with PSVR multiplayer games right now where they're not able to hold an audience. They're not able to gain an audience over time like most multiplayer games depend on, because there's such a small install base for the PSVR. This game is very smart about it though. For one, there's only one-on-one battles. On top of that, they have these kind of, it creates a room basically where multiple people can watch a match go on. It's kind of like a little diorama that you watch. It's actually really cool, and it puts you in this waiting list basically, so that you know that you're coming up. You know that you have a match coming up, instead of just staring at a screen like Starblood Arena, where you just wait and hope that you get put in a match. No, here you get put in a waiting list where you know you will eventually be able to play, if not immediately. I had no issues on the first day finding a match, which is great, especially for a multiplayer game that is PSVR only. I think this game is phenomenal. However, $30 is kind of a lot to charge for this, I think. I don't necessarily regret my purchase. In fact, this is what I'll say about it. If this game looks or sounds at all interesting to you, I'm going to say buy it. I don't think you'll regret buying it. I think you'll have a lot of fun. If you're a little on the fence though, maybe wait till a sale, because there's not much here. It's really just the gameplay itself that makes it fun. There's not even extra arenas. You're in the same environment the entire time, which is something that I hope the developers add to later on. I think that's something relatively easy to add to the game is a little bit of free DLC. But as it is right now, the game is fun, a little pricey, but it's fun. It's very, very fun. In fact, I'm going to say it's my favorite multiplayer game right now on PSVR. So if that sounds at all interesting to you, go buy it. I don't think you'll regret it at all. See you guys next time.